You think she's just busy, you think she's going through something, you think if you just give her a little more time, a little more space, a little more proof of your worth, she'll come around. But here's the truth you're avoiding. She's not confused. She's not overwhelmed. She's not waiting for the right moment. She's simply not into you, and the faster you accept that, the faster you reclaim your life. Let's be honest, you already know. Deep down, beneath the justifications and the hope and the mental gymnastics, you already know. You feel it in the pit of your stomach every time you send a text and watch the hours stretch into silence. You feel it when her energy shifts the moment you walk into a room. You feel it in the way she talks about her future, and you're nowhere in the frame. But you ignore it. You bury it. You tell yourself stories because the alternative, accepting that she doesn't want you, feels like failure, and you'd rather live in uncertainty than face that. But here's what I need you to understand. Staying in that uncertainty is costing you more than rejection ever could. It's costing you your time, your focus, your self-respect. Every day you spend trying to decode her mixed signals is a day you're not building the life that would make you magnetic to someone who actually wants you. So if you're serious about breaking this pattern, if you're ready to stop wasting months on people who aren't choosing you, then subscribe right now because you're going to need these reminders. You're going to need this truth every time you're tempted to make excuses for someone who's already shown you where you stand. Here's the thesis. When a woman is not why men miss these signs into you, she doesn't sit you down and explain it. She doesn't owe you a PowerPoint presentation breaking down her feelings. Instead, she shows you through patterns, through distance, through 1,000 small behaviors that all point to the same conclusion. And if you're paying attention, if you're willing to see reality instead of protecting your ego, you'll recognize them immediately. Let me walk you through exactly what those behaviors are. Number 1, her responses are short, delayed, and empty of curiosity. When a woman is into you, conversations flow, she asks questions, she volunteers information about her day, her thoughts, her life. She's curious about yours, she remembers details, she follows up, but when she's not into you, you get one-word answers. Huh? Yeah, cool. You text her a paragraph and she replies with a sentence. You ask her a question and she answers without asking one back. The conversation dies in her hands and you're the one resurrecting it every single time. That's not bad texting, that's not her being shy, that's disinterest. And you know what the worst part is? You keep texting anyway. You keep initiating. You keep carrying the entire weight of the interaction because you're hoping that if you just show enough interest, she'll start reciprocating. But that's not how attraction works. You can't negotiate someone into wanting you. You can't earn desire through persistence, and every message you send into that void is a message to yourself that you're okay being the only one trying. Number 2, she's always busy but never offers alternatives. Listen carefully. Everyone sign #1. Low-effort communication is busy. Everyone has obligations, work, stress, life, but when someone wants to see you, they make time. Or at the very least, when they genuinely can't make time, they propose another option. I can't do Friday, but what about Sunday? That's interest. That's someone trying to make it work. But when she's not into you, every invitation is met with, I'm so busy right now, or I don't know my schedule yet, or maybe I'll let you know. And she never lets you know. She never circles back. She never suggests an alternative. She just leaves you hanging in this weird limbo where you're not rejected, but you're not accepted either. And here's why that's so damaging. It keeps you hoping. It keeps you in orbit. It keeps you available for her attention whenever she feels like giving it, without her ever having to commit to actually spending time with you. That's called breadcrumbing, and it's not accidental. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's keeping you as an option while she explores other ones. Number 3, she talks about other guys in front of you. Now this one's subtle, but it's brutal. When a woman sees you as a potential romantic partner, she's not going to highlight other men in her life. She's not going to tell you about the guy who texted her, or the date she went on, or how some dude at the gym keeps trying to talk to her. Why? Because she understands social cues. She understands that talking about other romantic interests signals disinterest, but when she's not into you, you become her emotional dumping ground, her therapist, her sounding board for relationship drama that has nothing to do with you. She vents about the guy who ghosted her. She asks your opinion on whether she should give someone another chance. She treats you like a girlfriend, not a man she's attracted to. And you sit there and listen because you think this is your way in. You think if you're supportive enough, understanding enough, patient enough, she'll realize you're the one she should be with. But that's not what happens. What happens is she gets emotional support from you while giving her physical and romantic energy to someone else. You become the backup, the safe sign #2, inconsistent availability option. The guy she knows will always be there while she takes risks on men who excite her. Number 4, physical touch is non-existent or awkward. Human beings are physical. When there's attraction, there's a natural gravitational pull. Playful touches, proximity, finding excuses to be close. A woman who's into you will lean in when you talk. She'll laugh and touch your arm. She'll position herself near you. She'll create opportunities for physical connection because that tension is magnetic. But when she's not into you, there's distance. She sits across from you, not next to you. She pulls back if you get too close. Hugs are stiff and brief. There's no lingering, no warmth, no electricity, and you feel it. You feel the wall, but instead of accepting what that wall means, you tell yourself she's not a touchy person. You tell yourself she needs to warm up. You tell yourself it'll change, but it won't, because physical attraction doesn't grow out of obligation. It's either there or it's not. And if she's creating space between your bodies, she's telling you everything you need to know. Number 5, she doesn't invest in you. Relationships, romantic or otherwise, are built on reciprocity. When someone values you, they invest. Time, effort, thoughtfulness. They check in. They remember things you mentioned in passing. They show up. They contribute. But when she's not into you, you're doing all the investing. You're planning the hangouts. You're driving to her. You're paying for everything. You're remembering her birthday, her favorite coffee order, the story she told you 3 weeks ago. And what's she doing? The bare minimum. She shows up when it's convenient. She lets you lead every interaction. She accepts what you give, but offers nothing in return. And here's the part that stings. You notice. You see the imbalance, but you don't address it because you're afraid that if you stop carrying the relationship, it'll collapse. And you're right, it will, because she's not holding up her side. She never was. Number 6, she keeps sign #3, emotional distance. Things surface level. Deep connection requires vulnerability. It requires sharing fears, dreams, failures, truths. When a woman is into you, she opens up. She lets you see the real her, not just the polished version. She wants you to know her. But when she's not into you, every conversation stays light, surface, safe. You try to go deeper, and she deflects. You ask meaningful questions, and she gives shallow answers. She doesn't tell you what keeps her up at night, or what she's working toward, or what scares her, because she doesn't want that intimacy with you. She doesn't want to be known by you in that way, and you can sense it. You can feel the wall she's put up, but instead of respecting it, you keep trying to break through, thinking that if you just ask the right question or create the right moment, she'll finally let you in. But she won't, because letting you in would mean something, and she doesn't want it to mean something. Number 7, your gut tells you something's off. This is the big one, the one that overrides everything else. Because you can rationalize behavior, you can excuse patterns, you can reframe distance as caution and disinterest as shyness. But you can't lie to your gut, and your gut already knows. It knows in the silence after you text her. It knows when you see her light up for someone else in a way she never does for you. It knows when you're alone at night replaying interactions, searching for signs that aren't there. Your gut knows she's not into you, but your ego won't let you accept it. Because accepting it means letting go, and letting go feels like losing. So you override your instincts, you ignore the discomfort, you stay in situations that don't serve you because walking away feels harder than staying stuck. But here's what you need to hear. Your gut is not your enemy. It's your most reliable advisor, and when it's screaming that something's wrong, it's not being paranoid. It's protecting you from wasting your life on someone who's already decided you're not what they want. Now let's talk about why this sign #4, no curiosity about you, happens. Why do women do this instead of just being direct? Why the distance, the mixed signals, the slow fade instead of a clean "I'm not interested"? A few reasons. 1. Conflict avoidance. Most people, men and women, don't like confrontation. Rejecting someone directly is uncomfortable, it's awkward, it risks hurting feelings or causing a scene, so instead they create distance and hope you get the hint. 2. Ego protection. She likes the attention. She likes knowing someone's interested. It feels good to be wanted, even if she doesn't want you back. So she keeps you around at arm's length, close enough to feed her ego, but far enough that you can't expect anything real. 3. Genuine uncertainty, but only for a short window. Maybe she wasn't sure at first. Maybe she was figuring it out. But here's the key: that uncertainty doesn't last long. Attraction clarifies fast, and if weeks or months have passed and she's still giving you breadcrumbs, it's not uncertainty anymore. It's a decision she's decided. She's just not telling you. And here's what this costs you. Every day you spend orbiting someone who doesn't want you is a day you're not available to someone who would. Every ounce of energy you pour into trying to win her over is energy you're not putting into your purpose, your growth, your life. You stop working out because you're too emotionally drained. You stop pursuing opportunities because you're distracted. You stop showing up as your best self because you're stuck in your head trying to figure out what you did wrong or what you need to do differently. And the irony, the thing that would actually make you attractive, focus, mission, self-respect, abundance, is the exact thing you sacrifice while chasing someone who doesn't choose you. You become less of the man you need to be because you're trying to be enough for someone who's already decided you're not. So, let's reframe this. Recognizing that she's not into you is not a loss. It's clarity, it's freedom, it's the sign #5. You initiate everything data you need to stop wasting your time and redirect your energy towards something real. Because here's the truth. You don't want someone who's lukewarm about you. You don't want someone you have to convince. You don't want a relationship that starts with you proving your worth. You want someone who sees you and knows, someone who matches your energy, someone who's excited to be in your life, not tolerating your presence and theirs. Let me paint you a picture of the man who understands this. He doesn't chase, not because he's playing games, but because he knows his value. When he notices disinterest, he doesn't spiral, he doesn't overanalyze, he doesn't double down. He accepts it, respects it, and moves on. He doesn't take it personally because he knows attraction isn't a reflection of his worth. It's just compatibility, timing, preference. He doesn't beg for attention because he's too busy building a life that's worth paying attention to. He doesn't orbit women who don't choose him because his time is too valuable. He doesn't need closure or explanations or validation. He trusts his instincts, honors his boundaries, and walks away from anything that doesn't serve him. And because of that, because he's grounded, self-assured, and selective, he's magnetic. Women notice, they respect it, they're drawn to it. Not all of them, but the right ones, the ones who match his energy, the ones who don't need to be convinced. That's the man you need to become. And here's how. Stop initiating immediately. If you've been the only one reaching out, stop. Not as a test, not as a game, but as a boundary. If she's interested, she'll notice your absence and reach out. If she doesn't, you have your answer. And that answer, as painful as it might be, is the gift of clarity. Redirect your energy, take everything you were investing in her, and put it into sign #6. No future, talk yourself. Your body, your skills, your goals, your circle, your purpose. Become the kind of man who doesn't have time to chase because he's too busy building. Set a standard. Decide right now that you will only invest in people who invest back, that you will only pursue people who make it easy, that you will never again tolerate one-sided effort, and hold that line. Trust your gut. The next time your instincts tell you something's off, don't rationalize it away. Don't make excuses. Don't wait for more proof. Trust it. Act on it. Walk away. Detach from outcomes. Stop trying to control whether she likes you. Stop trying to be enough. You already are enough. For the right person, you won't have to try. And for the wrong one, no amount of trying will ever work. Here's the bottom line. You are not a backup plan. You are not a therapist or an ego boost or a safety net. You are a man with value, purpose, and standards. And the moment you start acting like it, the moment you stop tolerating disinterest and start demanding reciprocity, everything changes. Not because women suddenly want you, but because you stop giving your energy to the ones who don't. And that shift, that reclamation of your time and attention and self-respect, is what makes you magnetic. She's not into you, and that's okay because you're not for everyone, and everyone's not for you. Your job is not to win over people who don't choose you. Your job is to become so clear on your value, so committed to sign #7, relief when you pull back your path, so grounded in who you are that the right person recognizes it immediately, and they do more than recognize it, they match it. You are the answer, not her validation, not her approval, not her finally coming around. You, your focus, your discipline, your standards, your refusal to settle, that's what changes everything. If this hit you, if you felt that pull to stop lying to yourself and start demanding better, then subscribe, because you're going to need this. You're going to need the reminder when you're tempted to text her again. You're going to need the truth when everyone else is telling you to keep trying. You're going to need the clarity when your emotions are trying to override your instincts. This is where the real work happens. This is where men who are tired of being options become men who set the standard. And you belong here now. Go reclaim your time, reclaim your energy, reclaim your life, and stop waiting for permission from someone who's already told you.